Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a story that feels like it's straight out of a mystery novel, but it's very, very real. We're talking about the abandoned mansion in Johannesburg, a place once intended for one of the world's most revered leaders, Nelson Mandela. It stands silent and imposing, holding secrets within its decaying walls. What really goes on inside the Mandela mansion after the sun goes down? Let's uncover the truth together. First, let's set the scene. This isn't just any old abandoned building. This sprawling property in a wealthy Johannesburg suburb was donated by a group of business people back in the 1990s. The plan was for Nelson Mandela, after his release from prison, to live there. Can you imagine the history that was supposed to be made within those walls? But here's the first twist in our story. Mandela never moved in. He chose to live in a more modest home nearby, a decision that speaks volumes about his character. So the grand mansion, intended as a home for a global icon, was left empty, its purpose unfulfilled from the very start. For years, the mansion sat in limbo, owned by the Mandela Family Trust. But without a resident, without the life and purpose it was built for, it began to change. It became less of a symbol of hope and more of a ghost of what could have been. Locals started noticing strange things. The once pristine grounds became overgrown, the windows darkened, and an air of neglect settled over the entire estate. This is where the mystery deepens, and the whispers about what happens after dark truly begin. Neighbors started reporting unusual activity. Cars coming and going at odd hours of the night. Flickering lights seen through the dusty windows, almost like candlelight or torches. And then, there were the sounds. Faint music, muffled voices, and sometimes unsettling silence where there should be the normal sounds of a suburban night. It was as if the house had developed a secret life, one that only started when the rest of the world went to sleep. Was it squatters? Curious teenagers? Or was something else entirely taking root in the forgotten mansion? The situation took a darker turn when reports of strange rituals and unauthorized gatherings started to surface. Local security patrols noted that the property seemed to be used by various groups. Some claimed it had become a haven for vagrants, while others whispered about more organized activities. The mansion's isolation, set back from the road and shrouded by trees, made it the perfect clandestine meeting spot. The mystery wasn't just about who was there, but what they were doing. The lack of clear answers fueled speculation and turned the mansion into a local legend, a place parents warned their children about. Things came to a head when the military had to get involved, not for a national security threat, but to clear out the dozens of people who had illegally taken up residence inside. Imagine that. Soldiers descending on the property meant for a peacemaker. They found the mansion in a state of disrepair, stripped of its fittings, its dignity gone. The people they removed were a mix of squatters and individuals who had turned the home into a chaotic, unauthorized commune. But even after this official clearing, the stories didn't stop. The mansion, it seemed, had a way of drawing people back into its shadows. So, what is the state of the mansion today? Well, after years of legal disputes and public outcry over its condition, the property was finally sold at auction. The hope was that a new owner would restore it, perhaps turning it into a museum or a public space that could properly honor the Mandela name. The sale price was surprisingly low for such a significant piece of real estate, a sign of just how much its reputation had fallen. The new owner, a businessman, expressed a desire to develop the property respectfully. But as with many things in this story, the future remains uncertain. Even with a new owner, the mansion's mystique hasn't faded. The question of what happens after dark still hangs in the air. Has the new ownership managed to secure the property and end the nightly visitations? Or does the legacy of its abandonment continue to attract the curious and the desperate? The truth is, a building with such a history develops a personality of its own. It's a magnet for stories, both real and imagined. People are drawn to the idea of this place, this monument to a future that never was. The Mandela Mansion is more than just an abandoned house, it's a powerful symbol. It represents unfulfilled potential, the gap between a grand vision and a complicated reality. It reminds us that even places tied to great names can fall into shadow and neglect. Its story is a lesson in preservation, legacy, and the strange life that buildings take on when people turn their backs. The mystery of what happens there after dark is really a question about what we, as a society, choose to value and what we allow to be forgotten. The mansion's tale is a compelling mix of history, social issues, and pure human curiosity. From its hopeful beginnings to its slide into notoriety, every chapter adds to its mystique. As we wait to see what becomes of this iconic property, the legends will likely continue to grow. Perhaps one day it will be restored to its former glory, its ghosts laid to rest. Or perhaps it will remain as it is now, a silent, brooding monument on a quiet suburban street, forever sparking the question, what really happens inside the Mandela Mansion after dark? Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of Johannesburg's most intriguing mysteries. It's a story with so many layers and it's far from over. What do you think should happen to the mansion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading your perspectives. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more explorations into hidden histories and forgotten places. We've got so many more stories to uncover together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.